Shubor nakaslem jong udongsan Hima.
Hagasngi khadu jong kador bar senrai ke yung darbar thawan ke jela uba Shangpliang uba deu nong mikmat kamau senram constituency uloang baka jela Meghalaya kadan haka kardan ka baduna tam haka liang ka pulia puthi haka primary wa secondary school haka sian ka baar na pedang ki jela baro uloang ba menteri katanat pulia puthi ka jela uba lakamen rumbui uloang baka Sorkar MDA ka kwa ban Pynbha ya ka pulia puthi hapo ka jela lor ki lai tili ki paya haka ba upaya beningkong ulang ban bu ikinohikai ki bala bet labiang ka kardan pulia kinohikai ki bala yo ya ka Jingpynbna bat ka balai ka long ka Jingpynbha ya ki Skul uloang babuan ba ki khana ka jela ki lasangi no shiteng por ya ka pulia puthi jongki bat ki babuan tam ki de na southwest Garo Hills ki badan sau point prahanrio but sa ka south Garo Hills ka badan lai punyo point iwe sau north Garo Hills ka dan lai pusau point north Khandai Southwest Khasi Hills kadon Laipo point Prahanrio but dingba kani ga jingkhen na yi ba ga jingbon jogi khana ki pep school kalong ga bashar khai bha uba Shangpliang lo ongru ba jan baro ki school hapo ka jela ki don kam ka Jingpynbha thammai ba rukwa antep ya ga jinglong jong ka Sorkar jela ban Pynbha ye ki 6000 tali ki school kelas dang ni komno Henry uba Shangpliang ulo ong bakat kom ka jingong jo menteri badi khmi ekatanat pulia puthi ka jela uba lakmen rumpui ulo ong ba ka Jingpynbha ya gite ki school kampat sedang satya baru uba Shangpliang ulo ong ba ka te ka Jingpynbna da ka Sorkar ban Pynbha ki school kasa tang ha ka Jingpynbna.
Honorable Chairman, I would like to thank the Chair for allowing me to bring the calling attention notice under Rule 54, Clause 1 of the Rules of Procedure and the Conduct of Business, which appeared in the newspaper Shillong Times, dated 22nd July 2022, under the caption, Rumbui blames poor school infrastructure for state's low ranking. Honorable Chairman, Meghalaya has been ranked the lowest in the PIE index in primary and secondary education for the second time in a row. This is the second year that Meghalaya has been ranked the lowest among all the states. And the parameters under which this ranking has been done are basically on the performance, on the infrastructure, and the equity. So the Minister of Education said that the MDA government wanted to improve the education in the state on 3 pillars. The first pillar is the quality teachers, second is the trained teachers, and the third pillar is a proper infrastructure. Now, Honorable Chairman, I'd like to give you a picture of the condition of education in the state. So the annual school dropout rate in the state, I will go district-wise, only on those which are worse. So Southwest Garo Hills tops the list with 44.86, both boys and girls. Then comes the South Garo Hills with 37.14. Then we have the North Garo Hills with 34.09. And then we have the Southwest Khasi Hills with 30.86. So this dropout rate is so alarming. Now there are many factors that can be attributed to the status of the dropouts. Why are we having so many school dropouts? I will give you another example of the schools which do not have teachers. Now there are teachers the schools that do not have teachers which are lying vacant, sir. Sir, in the government level, at the LP, at the UP, at the secondary, at the higher secondary, there are 920 teachers that are lying vacant, sir. At the deficit level, sir, at the LP, UP, secondary level, 246. And at the SSA level, that is the LP and the UP, it is 171. There is 1,337, sir. So now, when we talk of infrastructures, so the school buildings all over the state need repairs and new constructions. We understand that the state government had declared that there will be 1,000 schools that will be repaired. Now, whether 1,000 schools are already under repair or not, we are not aware, sir. And from what we understand, from the replies of the Honorable Minister in the House, that none of the schools have started repairs. Meaning, the 1,000 school declaration for repairs is just an announcement only. No money has been earmarked to repair the schools. Furthermore, sir, the diet centers that we have all around the state, sir, are filled with students who want to take up DLED classes. Now, the seats are very limited. I would implore upon the government that more diet centers be set up so that there are more people who would like to take the teaching profession, and considering the fact that MTET exam requires a candidate who is a DLED degree holder, and therefore, sir, I request that the government should open more seats to be made available for our youths to take up DLED classes in the diet centers. So I'd like to just remind the Honorable Minister that on the 7th of December 2021, I had written a DO letter wherein I had already indicated that there are schools in the Mawsynram constituency which requires immediate repairs. I have a copy of that letter here, sir. And along with the letter, I had also given pictures of the schools which are in dilapidated condition. Sir, these schools do not have roofs. These schools in my area do not have furniture, do not have benches. These schools are like cow sheds, sir. When it rains, the teacher has to abandon the classes and they have to open their umbrellas inside the classroom. Are we looking at this kind of a situation in this 21st century? Are we giving this kind of education to the children in the rural areas? What does the new education policy say? The new education policy has to be followed in letter and spirit. It is sad to see the condition of our schools. Yet, we hear the Chief Minister announcing rupees 2,000 crores for the education sector. Where is the 2,000 crores? So there are no water supplies. There is no toilets in most of the school buildings in the rural areas, sir. In the absence of water supply, I'm shocked to tell you today that the midday meal workers, they have to carry water from the streams and the ponds to cook for our students in the rural areas. I thought under the JJM, it is mandated that all schools and Anganwadi buildings should be provided with water and toilets. I want the government to look into this matter very seriously and investigate as to why schools do not have water supplies. I know the minister will answer that there are water supplies. I would like to take him to my area and show it personally. Please do not deny the fact when we bring things on the floor of the house. This kind of prevailing conditions, how can the children come to school? That is why we have dropouts. How can the teachers go to the classroom? Most of the teachers are staying in Shillong. I'll give you another example. I'm a member of the Public Accounts Committee. We received a complaint from the Garo Students' Union stating that the condition of construction of the Rongjeng Community College is pathetic. The chairman of the PAC fixed an inspection tour of the Rongjeng College. We all went. Believe it or not, Mr. Chairman, sir, the work was so shoddy that over just one push of my finger, the tiles of the bathroom fell off. Sir. That kind of condition the construction was. What kind of example are we giving to the youths, to the students? It was the students who showed us, sir, please come and see this wall, just push with your finger and you'll see what will happen. I did push, and the tiles started tumbling one after another. The chairman is here of the PAC. He is a witness to it, sir. So, sir, this newspaper, which carries the picture of the Honorable Minister, he admits that it is a poor school infrastructure. Because of the poor school infrastructure, there is the state's low ranking. So if the minister admits, what is the government doing? Sir, the Pine Mount School. Pine Mount School in Shillong is one of the premier institutions of the state, sir. It has produced so many hundreds and hundreds of students throughout the years throughout. Suddenly we see the teachers and the students are in the streets with placards. When we find out the reason, they say we do not have toilets. We do not have proper bathrooms. We do not have proper education facilities. Now, who's responsible for that now? How can we allow this to happen, sir? If such premier institutions are subjected to this kind of treatment by the government, then we do not know what is going to happen. Mismanagement of the Pine Mount School by the principal. Why isn't inquiry being instituted immediately and the principal should be removed for the time being so that there is an independent and free and fair inquiry conducted? Then we talk of Eklavya. 3 years back, we heard the Honorable Chief Minister and the government saying we have brought about 25 to 26 schools. Where are the schools? Where are the schools? All the BDOs have been asked to locate land everywhere. 15 acres of land have been located. We don't see one school coming up anywhere in the East Khas Hills. At least in my area also, one land has been located. 15 acres, The villagers have given free of cost. Now they're asking me, sir, what do we do with this land? Are you taking it? Because we need the land. Now how long will the people give the land? So therefore, sir, these are issues which are realities. I want the government to answer to the people of the state. If they don't want to answer to me, answer to the people. You have gone and declared that we're going to bring Eklavya schools. Where are the schools? What is the status of the residential schools? The previous government had brought up residential schools everywhere. All the schools, all those half-constructed buildings are lying just like that. We did hear in the budget speech of the Honorable Chief Minister that residential schools that were left by the previous government will be taken up and we'll try to complete the residential schools. But till now, nothing. Sir, absence of teachers from schools is a major concern. Teachers do not go, sir. Do not go regularly, particularly in the rural areas, sir. An instance of one LP school, an instance of a government LP school, sir, in Garo Hills, which came out in the Shillong Times. The school's name, a government LP school at Jalwa Grace, Songgatal, which is 20 kilometers from Songsak. Can you imagine? For 3 years, this teacher never went to the school. For 3 years, sir. This teacher never went to the school. It came out in the Shillong Times. I'm not just saying out of that. Is this the state of affairs we're looking at? We are in the 21st century, and if a teacher is not going to school for 3 years, what is the fate of the children in that school? What action has the government taken on this teacher? If I ask, they'll say inquiry being conducted. Why inquiry? Suspend him, terminate him immediately. He should be terminated. For 3 years, if he has drawing salary, Honorable Minister, please do not laugh. This is not the time to mock. This is not the time to mock. I'm talking very serious matters. Please take note of whatever I'm saying and reply to them. This is not the way that you behave in the house by mocking and laughing when I'm talking something very serious. And when 3 years you don't have a teacher going to the school, what will happen to the fate of those children? All those children must have gone home. All those children must have gone attending to the cows, grazing the cows. And that is why we have dropouts. So the amazing thing is, the parents of that village and the villagers, they all went to complain to the district education officer. No action taken. No action taken. They went and complained to the deputy commissioner. Action is awaited. That is what I got the report. Even to the deputy commissioner, when they have gone, they say, action awaited. So yesterday during the question hour, the Honorable Education Minister says, 36 schools do not have teachers. 36 schools. And can you believe, sir? Out of these 36 schools, 16 schools are in the South Garo Hills, sir. South Garo Hills. That's why the dropout rate in South Garo Hills is so high. Sir, all I can say is that the education sector is in a mess. A total mess. I want the government to come out with a blueprint. I want the government to tell the people of the state how they want to administer and bring order in this department so that The teachers get encouraged. Teachers do not get their salaries. They have to come to the streets. Deficit teachers do not get their pension benefits. There's so many things which I do not want to bring that because I've already brought that matter earlier. So therefore, all these compound to the problems faced by the teachers and by the students. And therefore, sir, before I resume my seat, I want the government should seriously ponder into this matter and put things in order and provide a sound educational system in the state. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I would like to thank Sri Himalaya M. Shangpliang, MLA, and who have brought this calling attention motion according to the rule and conduct of business, rule number 54.1, under the caption, Ramboy blames the poor school infrastructure for the state's low ranking, published in the Shillong Time, dated July 22nd, 2022. Mr. Chairman, sir, I would like to clarify my statement in the context that education is the path to attain progress and development in all spheres of life. Keeping this in mind, it is vital to strategize education infrastructure in such a manner to maximize delivery towards accessibility and effectiveness of education. It is an obvious situation that when your environment is good, you get energy and enhance your interest to learn and perform better. Sir, it is the responsibility of the state government and the school management to create an environment that assures learning and pays special attention to the mental and physical well-being of the student. A healthy learning atmosphere is paramount for acquisition of knowledge and skills to grow as a responsible individual. Hence, we as parents are always learning towards sending our children to the best school. Many studies and research reports highlight the fact that if schools provide healthier facilities to students, the dropout rate are much lower and children's motivation towards achievement increase. That's sir, we understand that the school is a second home for students. They spend a lot of their time daily in schools. Hence, it is crucial that they should be able to always experience a comfortable and positive environment. Creating a motivating and comfortable atmosphere will strengthen the students' desire to attend schools every day and thus complete their academic cycle better. That's sir, it is also a fact that proper infrastructure also motivates teachers. Apart from creating the right environment for students, the availability of natural lighting and proper ventilation ensure good comfort for teachers to impart knowledge and access each student separately. One of the main reasons a challenge that a school faces to incorporate all necessary facilities is financial constraint. Proper infrastructure development can be expensive, and school management might not have sufficient budget for the same. Sir, I may apprise this August House that the state PGI score in learning outcome and quality is admittedly low for several reasons, and the state needs to work on providing innovative intervention to improve the learning outcome of the student. There is no ready-made or short-term solution. The State Education Department, with active participation of the government of both the central and the state, requires to undertake a long-term solution and needs to begin from the provision of quality and safe infrastructure. I may also bring to the knowledge of the House that under the PGI score, the infrastructure and facilities include classroom, ICT, smart class, library reading corner, functional toilet, safe drinking water supply, electrification, vocational lab, workshop, midday meal, integrated science lab, distribution of uniform and free textbook, extra besides the functional school building. The state has shown a remarkable improvement in indicators mentioned above. However, the state needs to focus on the adjusted net enrollment rate, ANER, at the secondary level, retention rate at elementary and secondary level, and take steps to identify out-of-school children and mainstreaming them. In quality equity outcome, the state has shown an overall improvement under this concept, except CWSN indicators, where the state required to improve immensely. Whereas the state faced a challenge in governance process, thereby the state needs to focus on the percentage of teachers whose unique ID is seeded in any electronic database of the state government administration, percentage of upper primary school meeting norms of subject to teachers as per TE, the number of teachers transferred through transference online system as the percentage of total number of teachers transferred and percentage of state budget share spent on school education to the total state budget. With regard to digital infrastructure, the Department of Education, Government of Meghalaya, has implemented the comprehensive teachers information management system for all teachers working at various schools and colleges across the state. The department have all data pertaining to teachers, schools, and colleges in digital form as a database which would be used to generate various MIS reports.
Honorable Minister, please take a seat. Today is Friday and it's 12 noon. Since we have a lot of business for the day, I will, on the Rule 11 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business of this August House, I'll extend the House till all the business listed for today are being disposed of. You may continue, please. But however, I will regulate the time for the other business for the day.
The Teachers' Information Management System is conceptualized and developed to address many PGI indicators such as transparency of recruitment, posting, transfer to teacher attendance, promotion, efficiency bar, increment, and salary transfer. That's so, in order to augment the digital infrastructure in the state shall implement the Vidya Samiksha Kendra, or the Command and Control Center, which is a learning management and tracking system that will focus on improving learning outcome and learning levels of students through robust system of online assignment, project, regular assessment of student performance that is formative competency based and test higher order skills such as critical thinking and conceptual clarity. This will be executed in the learning management tracking system through a central monitoring system or component which also track the student progress throughout the school years in order to promote their continuous learning and development. This is an important initiative towards transforming assessment in line with the goal of NEP 2020. That's when we talk about the improvement of education, let me read PGI score. 2017-18, 584. 2018-19, 610. 2019-20, 648. And I am sure that 2020-21, we will cross 700. Improvement is there, sir, in every index of education system. You have seen that from 584, we have reached 448 in a matter of 3 years. And as I said, I'm sure that in 2020-21, as and when they release, we will surely cross the 700 score. This will not happen without the intervention of the government. As I said, I am very open. I admit there is need to be done. That's why from the day one, sir, I told that infrastructure. And now, if we didn't take this step, who will take? Why no other government in the past take this step? Let me inform the honorable member that we have construction is going on in 191 school, new building, and in 3 UP school without LP, and in 3 UP school without with LP school, in 4 without LP section, and in 3 with LP section, and we have construction Government Boys Higher Secondary School Juai 1, Nong Talang Government Secondary School 1, Resbulpara Government Higher Secondary School North Karo Hills 1, Government Boys Higher Secondary School Tura West Karo Hills 1, Sip Singh Memorial Government Secondary School Nongstoy West Karo Hills 1, Dalu Government Higher Secondary School, Rambai Government Higher Secondary School East Giant Hills, Sorkar Government Higher Secondary School West Giant Hills, Tira Singh Memorial Government Higher Secondary School Shela Bholakanj East Kas Hills, United Kharkota Higher Secondary School North Karo Hills. And besides that, sir, just the other day, we told that the second phase, more than 100 schools will be taken up, and more than about 1,000 schools will be renovated. Why no government do this? But we have complete what we have identified. That's why we are able to sanction this and do this. And not only that, sir, not only that, the Honorable from Mausram tell me that it is just a lip service. Sir, we meet it. That's why I told that within 100 days, more than 100 schools will be renovated. Because we have the will to do. We know that to improve the education system, we need the proper infrastructure. As he rightly mentioned, he himself understands the problem. That when there is no roof, how the teachers will go? How the children will go? That's why we have to identify this is the crux of the problem. That's why we are investing in all these schools. And I assure you, sir, that within this government will able to sanction construction and renovation of school not less than 80% of the school, of the government school in the state. So, sir, because we know that we have to do, so that's why we are doing all these things. Sir, not only that, sir, in 2018, we have constructed more than 100 numbers of classrooms at the rate of 8.20 lakh, amounting to 12 to 30 lakh, which already completed, sir. Again, 2018, 100 numbers of additional classrooms at the rate of 5.5 lakh. We have complete construction. And as I said, 110 school additional classroom all over the state we have complete. Besides that 208 school I have just read, sir, which construction is going on, which I will inform the House that on the 26th or 27th of this month, the Honorable Chief Minister virtually will inaugurate 50 schools which already complete all over the state. We are not here to just to speak. We are here to action on the ground. That's why in Mausram block, Pamsangut, we have new construction is going on, and Nongwa Government LP School is going on in Mausram block, and in Mausram block, Lalpani 14 lakh we have constructed. In Mausram block, Plangban Roy Government LP School, we have constructed a rate of 8.2 lakh. It is not that we are not doing, sir. We do. And that's why I told that we are going to do more. That's why we come up with this mission that in the second phase, more than 110 schools we will construct, which next month, I'm sure that we will be able to call the tender for this, and that more than 1,000 schools which we are doing to renovate, which we set a target that by January, we know by January election code of conduct will come, but we didn't thought about election. We thought about delivery to the public. That's why election, whether it come or not, we will finish what we have the task to do. Sir, regarding the DL8 seats in the state, sir, as you know, that the government of India have changed the policy that by 2030, all the teachers should have a 4-year B.Ed 4-year integrated course. So, sir, now we are moving to how to make the B.Ed college functional, which is lying for 4 years. We have tried our best to and fro, and so many times the NCTE changed the rules and regulation. We have already applied, thrice we have applied, and we have sent all the data. So we hope that to solve the problem of the student community, so that they will get a facility in the state how to start the 4 years integrated course in Pynbha Government College, sir. Regarding the water supplies to the schools, sir, the Swachh Bharat mission through PHE, they are doing in every nook and corner of the state. I don't know, in Mao Sindram, I don't know about the fact. I will have to search the fact. And JJM also is mandated to have to keep the water supply to all the school. And regarding the Iklavia model residential schools, I have already stated that in Paham, Ribhoy, about 90% is completed, and in Samanda is about 70% have been completed, and other sanction is awaited. It's not that we are just speaking; we are doing on the ground. The honourable member, as the member of PAC, he can go and see whether those construction of Iklavia model residential school is happening or not. Verify. I'm not here to bluff the people. This is Aka's house where whatever I speak, I have to speak the facts, sir. So that's why I tell that for others, the sanction is awaited from the government of India. And regarding the issue of Pynbha schools, sir, as soon as the Pynbha issue have brought to the notice of the government, the director of school education have went and inquired and sent a report to the government. And the schools also, the teachers also have met me in my residence. As soon as they met, on the 1st of September 2022, we have issued the committee headed by R. Rapthap IAS, Secretary Education, with the member include the Joint Director of MBOS, Additional Director of Higher Education, Higher and Technical Education, and DSEO of East Coast Hills, to look into what is the thing to be done. And it's very easy to say that you suspend, you do now, sir, we have to learn, we have to see, to give chance to the people to explain whatever needs to be done. We are not here to shy away from our responsibility to take action, but proper procedure have to be looked into. Because we have to see that whatever action of the government, it is open to scrutiny of the legal scrutiny. So whatever we do, we will do according to the law. We will not act in haste or act where when the people approach, which may become illegal. So I assure the honourable member of the House that we will take necessary step that Pynbha school should be improved as much as possible. So, sir, as I said, so the government is alive to the situation that we have to improve the education system. You have seen so many interventions of the government, which we did. And to have the accessibility, you have seen that in 2020, when we learned about this pandemic happened, we have a tie-up with the different channels to give a lesson to the students, so they will not miss. But having said that, as I said, from day one, 2018, education, there is a challenge, but we are willing to take up the challenge. All this information which are giving, all the work on the ground is that we are taking up the challenge, and we know that we can solve this challenge together. With this word, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honourable Speaker, sir, I'd like to thank the Honourable Minister of Education for giving a very elaborate reply to all the issues that I have raised. The only thing I have to say is relating to all the discrepancies that we have raised. Matters are very serious, and I'm happy that the Minister has taken note of all the issues that we have raised, and looking forward for better delivery of the department for the welfare of the people. Thank you, sir.